Hey guys, it's Captain Harris. Welcome back to the channel. And this morning we got some exciting news that Bruce Dickinson is doing a North American tour. And I just wanted to talk about it because I've been waiting for this a while. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this a while because technically he did tour here last year.
Not really.
3 dates, like, in a tiny radius. But, like, we haven't had, like, an actual Bruce U.S. tour in, like, 2 decades, probably.
Yeah, and then there was a lot of speculation of, like, when he'll do this tour, whether it be before the Maiden tour or after the Maiden tour.
Yeah, so the last, like, week or so, we've gotten a few festival dates for him. In Oklahoma, Louder Than Life, I think, was one of them. And it was interesting because the Oklahoma date got announced, and it was before the date that he's supposed to be doing in Brazil was announced in December. We never made a video on any of this, but December, he announced the date down in Rio, I believe, and it was in early September, and this Oklahoma date was before that. So we were like, oh no, is it going to be like a really short tour? Because it was like, it was end of August, I believe, that he was playing Oklahoma. So it's like, well, Maiden's playing August, and they're going to have to rehearse with the Mandrake Project. So,
And it became more obvious that, like, oh, it's definitely not going to be before the Maiden tour.
no. And so we were worried it wouldn't be a very long tour. And then Louder Than Life got announced, and I think that was after the Brazil dates. We're like, okay, we know he's coming back. And then it turns out that Brazil date's the only one in there for South America. It's after Fort Lauderdale, they go to Brazil, and then they come right back to Brooklyn.
Right. So the routing is very strange.
Yeah.
But do you have, like, a tour announcement
Yeah,
that we
I
can
have
go over?
the press release on themandrakeproject.com pulled up. And there's some exciting stuff in here, so let me just go ahead and read this for you. It says, Bruce announces North American tour dates. Bruce announces his first extensive North American solo tour in almost 30 years in support of his current studio album, The Mandrake Project. For the Mandrake Project Live 2025 North American Tour, Bruce reunites his 2024 touring lineup featuring Philip Naslund and Chris DeClercq on guitars, Dave Moreno on drums, Mysterio on keyboards, and Tanya O'Callahan on bass. The Mandrake Project Live 2025 North American Tour kicks off in Anaheim, California at the House of Blues on August 22nd and takes the band across North America, including shows in New York, Los Angeles, Texas, Florida, and Canada, with festival appearances at Rocklahoma and Louder Than Life, with more to be announced. The tour also includes a quick return to Brazil for the prestigious The Town Festival at the City of Light in Sao Paulo. Okay, so it's not Rio, it's Sao Paulo. And Bruce says, we are thrilled to be able to take the Mandrake Project out for a proper tour of North America, enthuses Bruce Dickinson. Last year, we did a couple of sold-out U.S. West Coast dates before heading to South America, and the response was just incredible. This time, we will add Shadow of the Gods to the set list for this incredible band to perform, plus a few other gems, so we're really looking forward to seeing our fans again all over the country and for a couple of shows up in Canada. Shadow of the Gods, my favorite song on the album, is mega affirmed to be played.
Yeah, I mean, that's my favorite also. Longer song.
Yes.
And that was the one that was written for, like, Dio and Halford to sing back in the day.
Yeah, so I'm completely stoked, obviously, about that. And we got a Florida show.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that at all. Like, I kept saying, like, oh, I hope he plays Florida. Wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to, like, fly anywhere?
And not only that, it's like the only Southeast date.
I know. I was thinking, like, oh, well, maybe we could get, like, Atlanta or Nashville. No, like, the next closest date is Louisiana,
Right.
New Orleans, and then Silver Spring, Maryland, which isn't really the South at all.
Yeah. We're very lucky.
Yes.
To get this show, and it's at kind of a smallish venue.
Yeah, we've been there before. One time, I believe, just for Sabaton.
Yep.
And I liked it. I liked the venue, so I'm happy he's playing there. A bunch of my South Florida friends, who I only get to see a few times a year, they all message, like, we're going. This is going to be awesome. So.
Yep. We don't even have, like, a opening band or anything yet.
So
maybe they'll just do locals. Who knows?
That would be cool, but I think they'll probably have somebody announce that they're taking with them. Probably just somebody smaller like Night Demon was, but I wouldn't mind them again, to be honest.
Mysterio. Solo.
I don't think he wants to play 2 sets. But yeah, so I'm really excited. The routing is very weird. So anyway, our friends and us were all messaging this morning, like, oh, what shows are you doing? What shows are you doing? And Mike sent this really funny map. I'll pop in right here, because he's from the Pacific Northwest, like Oregon. And there's, like, no shows up there. And he made this map showing, like, this part is, like, completely avoided.
Yeah, I mean, what did the Northwest do to Bruce?
I don't know, but it is a very weird routing. Like, I kind of wanted to do 2 shows on this tour because he's been doing different set lists last year. Like, every night was a little bit different, so I kind of wanted to do 2, but A, the routing is really weird, and B, like, flights are super expensive right now, so it might have to be, like, a later on, like, see where things are at that point.
But we're lucky enough to have a built-in show anyway.
I'm so happy about that, because if there was no Florida show, I'd be like, well, we'd probably drive to New Orleans, but I don't like the fact that New Orleans is...
It's just the fact that we don't have to go anywhere to see this now.
And there's only one day in between New Orleans and Fort Lauderdale, and last time we did something like that was last year, and on the way home from Charlotte, our car got messed up, so it's like, I don't want to risk that again, so... Fort Lauderdale, yes.
Absolutely.
So excited. Shadow of the Gods. Is there any songs that we didn't hear last time that you want to hear this time?
Jerusalem. I'd like to hear Star Children. Pretty much anything else off of Tyranny.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear.
I want to hear the title track of Tyranny of Souls.
Yep.
I hope Book of Fell stays, because that is like my all-time favorite Bruce song.
Yeah, they have to keep Dark Side of Aquarius. That's like my favorite. The Tower should stay. Like, there's
so much good stuff for him to pick from, and that's why it's like, I wanted to see 2, because there could be completely different songs in there. But yeah, it's so exciting. We're likely going to get a Adrian Smith and Kotzen tour this year too. Maybe a Titanium chart. Like this year could be a big year for seeing Maiden side projects in North America. So,
speaking of that, I mean, there being a Florida show in Fort Lauderdale, like, there's a pretty decent chance that Nico will be wanting to meet up with Bruce and see this.
He's definitely going to be there. I don't know if he'll play, but he'll be there.
I feel like if he shows up, they have to play something. Just one song.
Yeah, so it's just I just didn't expect a Florida show, and I'm just so excited about it. Comment below what shows you have nearby and what songs you'd like to see from Bruce, because I love seeing like what everybody's favorite albums and songs are from him, because it's like some people like love Skunkworks, some people hate Skunkworks, lots of people love Accident of Birth, Chemical Wedding.
Lots of Maiden fans have never even listened to Bruce solo.
Yeah,
so.
I find it like kind of interesting how many people you'll talk to like at the shows and stuff who haven't listened to his solo material, and it's just like, it's so good, you know? Like,
yeah, I mean, this might be people's chance to, hey, you know, maybe you won't listen to the albums, but go and see this show and let him show you how good it is.
Yeah, even if you're unfamiliar, I highly recommend you go, because it was so good when we saw it last year. It was one of my favorite shows that we did last year, if not my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the greatest frontmen we've ever seen.
Yeah,
so suck it in.
Take the chance, go to the show. It's gonna be great. So yeah, I just wanted to pop in, talk about that, and get you guys' opinions on it as well. So that's about all I've got for today. Any closing statements, Brian?
No.
Okay. Well, that's all we've got for today. Thank you to our Patreon members for their support. Thank you to all of you for continuing to watch us ramble, and we'll see you next time.